time and your money more effectively. If you're on Instagram or Facebook, you'll get my video and audio here. If you're on our podcast, you'll get the audio. But we're live here on our website, and to see my slides, either you'd have to have a ticket, and just a word of encouragement to get some tickets for the upcoming events so you can see my slides, or you can watch the recording. And usually we record these videos and then we upload them on YouTube. So you can go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to that as well, or we'll put the recording on our social media channels later today. So time and money management. And I think this is something that over my career, I've done a pretty good job of. I've been very curious and a student of time and money management and reading a lot about it. And so I want to help you to manage your time and your money more effectively. And this is part of our 100-day process, where we want to be happier, healthier, and wealthier on day 100 than we were on day 1. And right now we're on day 13 in our 100-day process. So, we're into the cycle here. We've already set some goals and dreams that are out of our comfort zone. We've started to work on eliminating some excess and waste. And then now we're working on efficiency. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. And then if you're interested in joining us, you can go to our website and certainly join us for upcoming events like these webinars, master classes, or some coaching too. So how can you manage your time better? And first, I think you have to assess how you're spending your time. And the best way to do that is look at your day timer, your Google Calendar, your Apple Calendar, and just kind of look back at the last 2 to 3 days, or even longer, 2 to 3 weeks, and just take a look at how you've spent your time. Think back to the meetings you've had, the work you've done, when you do your work, what your routines are like, and really take a look at the balance of how you're putting time and effort into your activities. Basically, our expectation is the time and effort we put into these activities are going to produce the result we want. We're going to do better work. We're going to get paid more. We're going to get more satisfaction out of the work. We're going to help others. We're going to learn something, or we're going to have some entertainment. We're going to enjoy these activities. So really, we want to have clear goals, but also we want to look at what we've been spending our time on and say, has it been effective? Has it helped us to get to our goal of where we want to be? Sorry, my lighting is kind of showing up on the video, so I just changed that. So review how your time is spent, and then determine, is it effective? So has it been effective? And if it's not effective, either get rid of that activity that you're spending time on, or you're going to have to modify it. And really what we're looking at are the results. Are you getting the results you expected from the time and the effort you're putting into it? And what I encourage you to do is, early in the cycle, and in our 100-day period, we have 3 30-day cycles. So we're in the first cycle right now, which is 30 days, and we're on day 13. So today, what I'm going to encourage you to do is just eliminate some things that are wasting your time. And then what you want to do is, whatever is left, you want to make it a little bit better. So how can you increase the effectiveness of some of these remaining items? So what can you do to be more effective? And what further action can you take that would produce a better outcome for you? And then you want to monitor your results. So you need to give it a little bit of time, but after a week or two, after a month or two, you want to look at some statistics. I like to use numbers, and just take a look at those numbers to see if the extra effort that you're putting into these activities, are they producing the results that you're expecting? And if not, either we have to change what you're working on, or eliminate those activities because they're just not producing the results. And you have to be really honest with yourself, because there's no sense in continuing doing things that aren't producing good results. So this is why we have this 100-day process, and this is why we go through these 3 30-day cycles, because it allows us to accomplish some short-term goals. It allows us to work on some medium-term goals and accomplish them in the 100-day cycle. And some of the larger goals we have, they'll be somewhat accomplished, maybe halfway done by the time we're finished the 100-day cycle. So that's why we do 100-day cycles here at True North. Now, if you can see my slide, the next slide is money management. So how can you better manage your money? And for a lot of people, they're not taught how to manage their money. So maybe your parents didn't teach you, you had to learn by trial and error. But managing your money is a skill, and there's a bit of an art to it. And the first thing you want to do is take out some bank statements and some credit card statements, download these statements. I would suggest 2 to 3 months worth of statements, and just go line by line. It doesn't take a lot of time, but just quickly go line by line. And anything that's not producing good results for you, highlight it. So if you're like, oh, what's that? I forgot about that subscription, or there's that recurring expense every month. Or maybe you spent money on something and you're not using it now. So just make a note there, highlight those things, and say, ask yourself if going forward, if you need to continue spending your money on those activities, what kind of result is it going to give you? A good example for myself is Calendly. I really like Calendly for booking appointments, but I wasn't getting the full value out of upgrading. And so I had upgraded a few months ago. It wasn't producing better results than the free version. And so what I decided to do is go back to the free version. So that's a good example of kind of assessing the situation. It's not a very expensive monthly subscription, but still the principle is the same. You just want to go through your bank statement and say, is this producing the results I'm expecting? And if not, either you want to downgrade, or you want to get rid of that in order to free up some extra money for yourself. So really make this results-based. Use some metrics if you can. How many dollars and cents are you pulling in from using Calendly, booking appointments, in my case? And if you're not really getting more out of it, then you want to go back or downgrade back to the way it was before. So don't be afraid to make some changes. Right now, we're just getting rid of or eliminating things that aren't producing results. Whatever's left after we eliminate some of these charges and these time wasters, we're going to be left with things that are producing good results. And then what we want to do is make them better. So we're starting to discuss efficiencies now, and how can you get more out of the activities and the expenses that you're currently spending money on and time on, and then how can you get better results with those? And then later on in this cycle, we're going to add some new things into our routine. So we're going to come up with some hypotheses that if we spent some time on A, we would get a better result. If we spent some money on something different, maybe it's a different scheduling software, or maybe it's a different type of marketing effort. If we did spend money on that, let's say LinkedIn marketing versus Facebook, are we going to get better results? So we want to test some of these hypotheses, but we don't want to do that yet. Right now, we're in this cycle where the point in the cycle where we're eliminating waste, getting to the efficiencies, and once we kind of clean things out and make our schedule and our finances more efficient, the next step's going to be adding some new activities and some new expenses that are going to produce better results for us. Okay, so I hope that helped you guys. Join me this Friday for our happy hour, and we're bringing back happy hour with Coach Cary. It's going to be Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And I'm just going to be answering your questions and kind of reviewing the week. I had a new client this morning in LA, and I talked to him. I'll keep the names confidential, but basically I'm going to share some of the questions that people have, how the coaching and consulting is going, the webinars and what we found out through our research to put on these webinars. I'll be answering a lot of questions through PM. So if you have any questions, PM me on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, LinkedIn. I'd be happy to answer those questions. And we'll be live at 4 p.m. Pacific this Friday, and you'll be able to type in the chat. So if you want to be able to interact with me during that happy hour, just go and get a ticket on our website, go to events, it's free, get a ticket for that event, and then you'll be in the chat room and you can ask questions live and I can answer those questions. So I have a lot of fun with the happy hour. I enjoy doing that, and I try to do that on Fridays around 4 p.m. Pacific. If you need extra help, go to our website and you can sign up for coaching. We have 15, 30, and 45-minute sessions. We have follow-ups to these free webinars and they're paid master classes. And we just introduced a master pass that covers all the master classes, and there's an option for coaching. So that's a brand new feature, and you can go to our website and click on the link for master pass and read more about it. We are taking some new clients right now as True North is growing. So you can go ahead and sign up, and we'll start with an initial live session with you, 15, 30, or 45 minutes. And then from there, we can discuss what the challenges are, what you want to accomplish, and then what type of program or coaching support you're going to need. There's the workbook too, and it's the 100-day workbook. It's in our shop function, in our shop link on our website, and just you can go ahead and grab that workbook. One of them has 30-day sheets, so it allows you to record right in the workbook. You can record digitally or print it and handwrite it. The other one's without the day sheets. So there's two versions there in our store in the shop function. And I want to thank you guys for joining me today. If you have any questions, you can type them in the chat right now. I'd be happy to answer them. If not, then what I'll do is you can always PM me later. I'll save these questions for the happy hour on Friday. And please join us for the upcoming events here at True North. Usually we do these free webinars on Tuesday, Thursday, and then on the weekend. So please join me for these webinars. And I welcome your feedback as well. Please DM me your feedback on today's webinar and any questions you have or what you'd like to see included in these types of webinars going forward. Thanks so much.